I'm Xanderwood. I make indie games and tutorials on game development. I also play your indie games every week on my channel. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell icon so you never miss a video.
It's devlog time. Let me tell you what I've been up to over the last week. I've had a bit more time to work on the project this week. Things have slowed down outside of the world of game dev that is my life. And I've taken a step back, and I think, taken one step back to make two steps forwards. Before, I had a whole ton of event sheets that were linking up to when you use the PC terminals. So when I would interact with one of these stations, it could take me to a various number of different layouts and event sheets. And to be fair, it was getting confusing, and what I want to do is strip it back and put all the events and the logic for when I interact with any computer terminal. I want to put it just on one event sheet. So I've deleted so many lines of script here, and I'm starting again from the beginning. So yeah, that's the productiveness of my week. Last week I was struggling with these guards, and the issue that I was having was when they were in the same room, they weren't working properly, because when one saw me, the other one seemed to switch off. But I figured that I don't need them in the same room in the game, because they're going to be patrolling different areas. So this guy's going to patrol this area, and effectively what he does is he's set up to find a path to this square, and then when he reaches that path, he recalculates another path to this square, and that loops over and over again, and that's the patrolling state. So he just goes back and forth, and then if he sees the player, then that looping section of script gets disabled, and then he gets put into a new script, which is searching, and then he basically comes for you. And one of the issues I was having was getting the sprite to play the right animation. So if he was walking back and forth, it was quite easy to kind of script in that if he was going left, it would be playing a left walk cycle. If he was going right, it was playing a right walk cycle. And then if he went into chase mode or search mode when he came towards me, then it was difficult for me to be able to put him in the right animation state. So sometimes he'd be facing the wrong way or the wrong walk cycle. So I've alleviated that, and I'll show you how. If I drag him just over here, oh, he'll need his path to follow. So pop that up there. I'll just pop that there for now. Just get through the initial dialogue. So now he will just he hovers. So he's got a little kind of jetpacks. Now this was just a fix. Oh, I ran into that dialogue. This was just a fix because I just needed to get something working so I could leave it and move on. I do think I will come back and add in the walk cycle for this guy, because it can be done, and I didn't have the amount of time I wanted last week to kind of dedicate to it. So I will come back to it. But then I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments, if you think kind of hovering is a better way forward. I'm not sure. I could go either way, I think, on it, but I'm going to leave it at that for now because I want to get on with progressing the rest of the level. So if I go back now and play from the beginning, a few little issues that I'm fixing as we go along now are the dialogue triggers. So when we run into, for example, this open locker, it gives you some dialogue. And then this one works here. This is fine. It tells you that you need the key card, obviously. And if I come down here, this is the master computer. See, this gives me the wrong dialogue. This tells me I found a key card when it should just say you don't have access to use this computer terminal. This one doesn't work, and this one just says system offline, which then takes me to the wiring minigame, which I don't want, because that's not a wiring minigame, that is a cabinet. So what I've done in the event sheet here is I've set up a little comment which basically tells me the instance variable of all of the triggers. So if I go back in here, this one here for example, when we collide with this number is number 4. If I go back here, number 4 is locker 2, which is correct, which is what I want. But then when I come down into my groups, so if I come down into my group which is open lockers, when I collide with number 4, it should tell me I found 5 coins, but what it actually says is system offline, which means there's a confliction, so I can fix that now. So if we go into PC1, there's probably a conflicting number here. No. There we go, it's on the wall. The wall touchscreen, so that one is number 4. So if I go back up here and see what should the wiring collision be, and that's number 8. So I've found a way to kind of organize myself. So if I come down on here, all I need to do is change this to 8, change that to 8, because it gives you different returns based on whether you've already completed the puzzle or not. Now when I fix this, it now tells me I found 5 coins, but I don't want it to say that because I need it to say you found the key card to access this computer. So you can see the kind of issues that I'm having here, and it's not really technical issues, it's not something I don't know how to do, it's just because I've decided to start again with it and make it cleaner. I've got to go back and undo all of the old kind of spaghetti code that I've put in before, so I can make it easier to read and easier to follow. And then I've got one event sheet here just for the computer screen, and these are going to be generic. You're going to have the same options, so the system, control, email, games, and exit system, the same options on all the terminals, except when you go into the email, you're going to get a different part of the email conversation that you can then follow and read through to decipher what the code is to unlock the master PC, which ultimately you need to do to unlock the hangar doors to progress yourself through the first level, unless of course you get caught by the cameras or the guards. So that's where I'm at this week. It's a bit of a short one, but I'm going to be working on it a lot more as of next week. December's just been a really busy month for me so far, and I hope to get a little bit more info out in the next devlog. If you're enjoying following along, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel and encourages me to make more of these devlogs, which are very time consuming and very stressful. So thanks very much, have a great afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.